You ever read a book that feels like it's describing the world we're living in right now? Not in a "oh that's a cool coincidence" way, but in a "how did they know this was going to happen" way. Because some novels didn't just imagine the future, they practically predicted 2025. Let's start with a classic. George Orwell's 1984. Written back in 1949, and yet, it feels like it was written for today. A world where every move you make is tracked. Every word you say is monitored. They called it Big Brother back then. Now? It's surveillance cameras, targeted ads, smart assistants that suddenly light up when you're not even talking to them. Orwell wasn't just warning us, he was describing us. But while Orwell imagined a world controlled by fear, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World painted a different kind of future. One where people aren't forced into submission, they're distracted into it. Pleasure is the drug. Constant entertainment. Shiny distractions. Sound familiar? In 2025, we're glued to screens, chasing likes, numbing every difficult emotion with a quick scroll, a quick fix, a filtered version of life. Huxley didn't think we'd be oppressed, he thought we'd be so comfortable we wouldn't even care. Then there's Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? You might know it better as the inspiration for Blade Runner. This one asks a simple question: what makes us human? Back in the 60s, he was dreaming up intelligent machines, fake emotions, synthetic identities. And now? We've got AI writing poetry, holding conversations, generating art, and sounding more thoughtful than half the comment section. It's not just about robots anymore, it's about us. What happens when technology becomes so advanced that we start to lose touch with what makes us real? But if there's one book that hits way too close to home, it's Emily St. John Mandel's Station 11. Written in 2014. About a flu pandemic that spreads across the globe, bringing the world to a standstill. It's not just the timing that's uncanny, it's the aftermath. The empty airports. The loss. The desperation. The search for meaning when everything familiar disappears. But what makes this book powerful isn't the disaster, it's the way it clings to hope. It's about the artists who keep performing. The people who keep remembering. It's a reminder that even after everything collapses, stories, and the people who tell them, matter. And then there's William Gibson's Neuromancer. This one came out in 1984 and basically invented the concept of cyberspace. Virtual reality. Hacking. Data theft. At the time, it sounded like science fiction. Today, it's your Wi-Fi password getting leaked. It's deep fakes. It's the metaverse. Gibson didn't just predict the future of tech, he predicted how messy, complicated, and dangerous it would get. So what's going on here? How did these authors, writing decades ago, see the shape of our world so clearly? Because great writers don't just make things up. They observe. They reflect. They stretch the truth just enough to make it uncomfortable. They don't tell us what will happen, they show us what could, if we're not paying attention. That's why these books still matter in 2025. They're not just stories from the past. They're warning signs. Thought experiments. And sometimes, they're eerily accurate mirrors. If this blew your mind even a little, stick around. Because sometimes, the best way to understand where we're going is to look back at the stories we thought were just fiction.